All right, let's get right into this. So last night I did a video, and last couple of nights I did extensive videos. Last night I did equality, and the night before that I did self development, and and I wanted to kind of touch on either of them, really, because I couldn't come up with another idea. I was thinking of maybe getting into self development and maybe talking about the kind of reading material I had, the stuff that I read, and I don't think we really need. I covered equality as much as I could. Let's just get right into the self development thing. So, what was the actual reading material like? So, okay, so I'll tell you. Now, I don't know about all the bookstores in the world, but in Canada they have a bookstore called Chapters. Okay, it's a very large bookstore. It's absolutely massive. They carry new magazines, they carry all the bestsellers, they carry classics, and they have all types of departments for different types of books. Now, they have this special small little section, usually in the center back or in the corner, usually in the center back of the corner. It's a very small section. It's called self-development. And so I talked about self-development for quite a lengthy amount of time the other night, but I thought that I would maybe talk about the reading material. So you have your classic books in the self-development. You have a book called Richest Man in Babylon by George S. Clason. Okay, I hope I didn't get the name wrong. I believe it's George Clason. That book was apparently published in 1934, and it's just been kind of republished. So they just made it into a new print. So it looks new with a new cover and all that. It's the same book. Typically the classic books in the self-development section are very short because it's supposed to have a very simplistic idea that almost anybody can understand. Now, Richest Man in Babylon is a very popular book, a bestseller, and it's one of the main books in the self-development section. This book is supposed to teach you about the magic of money making. Like money making is a magic art. Like it's something magical to make money, or wealth creation, or wealth growth, or however you want to call it. So, Richest Man in Babylon gives you these. It uses Babylon, which I believe was Baghdad or around Baghdad. Babylon was this city this ancient city that learned how to create a lot of wealth and money. It was supposed to be a very fortified very well with this wall defense because they had kind of these invasive enemies on every side of them. So it wasn't a prime location to be attacked. Basically, you had the Syrians where Syria is, and they were very warlike. You had the Egyptians that were very warlike. I believe, and what else? I guess there were a bunch of tribes to the east of Iraq, and I don't know, all around Iraq. You know, that's a very dangerous place. Iraq is and it's so funny that we had the Gulf War in the 90s, and then 2003 they invaded Iraq when Saddam Hussein was president, right? And it's funny because that was the major war of our 21st century, right? And it was a big deal. And again, and it just, Iraq just has a very bad location. Okay, Iraq is surrounded by enemies who will invade, and it's been like that apparently since the ancient time. Now, this book was written in 1934, meaning it was before, like, I guess, the war in Iraq, any kind of major wars in Iraq. I mean, I'm not getting into the world wars. So the whole idea was, you know, and the city was very successful in creating money. Okay, to me, it's like a scammer's handbook. Okay, how to begin scamming, kind of. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's about saving wealth and learning to earn wealth and then investing in stocks and things like that, basically. More or less, it's about investing in stocks, giving money to money lenders, you know, get it? Someone's lending money, you give them money. They're lending, you give them money so that they can earn capital on top of your money. They say that wealth creation is magical and that, you know, that's how wealth grows. You gotta follow these rules. Gold coins are like your babies, okay? The gold coins you get are like your babies, right? You get these coins And then basically what you do is when you invest them and they create more money, those new coins become your grandbabies, and so on and so on and so forth. It's just quite a ridiculous book. Okay, it's almost biblical. Like the language they use in there is almost biblical. I thought it was totally ridiculous. Okay, the only thing that helped me with the self-development was the idea that I should take charge of myself. I should take initiative and self-motivate, self-initiate, self-motivate, and self-develop. That's what it's called, self-development. It's just that raw. It's just giving authenticity to a raw idea. Okay, you know how you go to school and they teach you and then they give you a degree and they say you're certified to be a success out there. You know what I mean? It's the same thing. It's just giving you a certification that says you're certified for yourself and you're gonna make something for yourself, which I think is totally beautiful. It's like finding a diamond in the dirt. And that was the diamond in the dirt of the dirt of, if self-development was a big pond of dirt or a big lake of dirt, that little diamond was the self-initiating and the self-motivating. There's nothing else to really talk about it there, so we'll move on. So what else was there? So there was Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Okay, that was a very good book. He has a YouTube video and all that. All Napoleon Hill stresses is basically service. So you have to provide a service for something, right? You provide a service, you become an expert at it, and pretty much you just put in a lot of time, and you'll get return out of all the time that you put in. Again, it's ridiculous. Do not follow that. And Napoleon Hill, it's in black and white. He has these old videos on YouTube and they're black and white. What else was there? So the odd thing is that you will find one really fat book, okay? And there were two fat books that I read, and they were both by Tony Robbins. I don't recommend it at all. Tony Robbins had a horrible health, a horrible routine. The guy just, he learned this stuff from another classical guy named Jim Rohn, who was his mentor. And I'm telling you, scam. It's all scam. It's all scam. If you want my opinion, it's all scam. You know, the only way that it helped me was, again, to just send me in my own direction. That's pretty much it. Is there any other book that I can talk about in self-development? No, not really. Not really. There's no other book. But you know what I do? I have time here, so I'll finish this off. And what I want to talk about is, how do I have value in my videos? What kind of value is there in my videos when you're watching? First of all, my videos are not based on anybody's teachings or anything like that. Right? The only thing that I can tell you that if I was to try to give you hard proof of why my stuff is useful, I can tell you that I was a very good essay writer. Okay, my essays were very good. I mean, I was getting 98%. I was taking this university English course for grade 12, and I would literally just read the book once, type up an essay in no time, because and I got really good marks for that. So what does that mean? That means that I have the ability to comprehend literature and then put it into words and be good at it, right? So this is pretty much it's quite similar. Right now, I just told you about books that I read. Although I didn't go, so I didn't, you know what, it's not even, listen, do not read, listen, if you want to read the Tony Robbins books, I don't recommend it. They're super fat and they're not worth reading. I did read other stuff after that. Like, I did go on to other books. But I went into history books and I was into nonfiction, and I was reading these big, thick books on different places of history, and just to learn history. I was a big history buff and a history fanatic. I've watched thousands of history documentaries. I've read so many books, and that's just even on my own. I don't do it anymore though. What else can we really talk about here? Is there anything that I want to talk? Again, so yeah, you got to understand, when you're looking for quality, it's not necessarily the most popular channel that's gonna have the quality. Now, I don't have that many views. I have about 18,000. I had 25,000 views, but right now I have 18,000 views. Like, I got subtracted by 7 for deleting videos. I got 18,000 views. Now, you got these big guys, big famous guys who come on these channels, and and publicly talk, and everybody watches them. And good for you if you watch that. I feel like I got a unique perspective. But to be very honest, I mean, I put on these long length videos and I think about who's watching it. It's obviously not like, I don't have a bunch of university students watching my channels. I don't have a bunch of, what you would call typically cool people or hip people or intelligent people or successful people. I doubt any of those people would watch my videos regularly. I'm sure the people who watch my videos are people who don't really have that much of an idea about a lot of things, and they can relate to it, and that's all it comes down to, relating to it. They can relate to this stuff. I still have time, and I have no other thought in my head. I get so equality. That's what I did last night. I did it on equality, and we talked about communism and all that, and capitalism and all that stuff. Equality just never works out in this world, right? I will tell you one thing. And it'll sound funny. You know what? I shouldn't even mention that. So we'll end it here. I wish I could have put on another interesting and extensive video, which I'm not able to do. So we're just gonna end it right here, and that's it.